Good morning, everyone. I'm at the flower shop where everyone's buying flowers for their mothers and for their wives. And thank God in our family we're blessed to have 3 mothers in the family to celebrate today. But beyond the flowers and the chocolates, the meaning of Mother's Day is very profound. We find that the first Jewish mother was Sarah. And our rabbis tell us that there were 3 miracles that constantly occurred in the house, in the tent of Sarah. The first miracle was that her candles burned from Friday night to Friday night. The second miracle was that there was always a blessing in her dough. And the third one was that there was always a cloud above her tent. And our rabbis say this symbolizes the 3 gifts that every mother gives her child. The first one is the warmth and the love and the atmosphere in the home, raising a child in a home of unconditional love. That's represented by the candles that burned all week, not just on Friday night, but all week long. There was warmth and light in the home. The second blessing is in the dough, contentment, satisfaction. When a mother gives her child that unconditional love, the child is always feeling nurtured and loved and therefore always satisfied and content. There's a blessing in the dough. And the third blessing of a mother is the cloud above the tent, the constant recognition of the presence of God in the home that the mother imbues through teaching the child about Judaism and the child's relationship with God, and the gratitude and appreciation to God is the tent covered by the divine cloud. Indeed, in Judaism, the word in Hebrew for mother is aim, but the same word aim could also be read im, which means if, saying that everything is dependent on the mother. With a good mother, a loving mother, a devoted mother, the child will blossom and flourish like these flowers, because they'll be nurtured with love, with a relationship with God, with satisfaction, gratitude, and contentment. And therefore it's mostly dependent on the mother. While the father may be the one who teaches the children, it is the mother who brings those lessons to life in vivid color by demonstrating what kindness is, what love is, what Judaism looks like in a home, with Shabbat, with the candles burning bright on Friday night, with all of the holiday observances. And the selfless love of a mother is what teaches the child how to love and give to others selflessly. And indeed, in our home, we're blessed this year to have both of our daughters as new mothers, and to see the gift of motherhood being passed on from generation to generation. There are those who are blessed to have their mothers on earth, and therefore they can go and celebrate with them. But if your mother is no longer alive, know that your mother is watching down, and she sheps nachas from her heavenly abode. And celebrate your mother's unconditional love. And to those women who are looking and striving to become mothers, may God bless them, that this year should be the year that they all become mothers. It's a story told about a man from Antwerp, a Hasidic Jew who came to Brooklyn and went to see the Lubavitcher Rebbe for a blessing. And when he came to the Rebbe said, you know, your mother once wrote me a letter. And he said, really? Well, this man's mother had passed away when he was a young child. She was ill and passed away, leaving behind an entire family. And the Rebbe took out from his drawer a letter that the mother wrote to the Rebbe when this man was a child, saying, Rebbe, my days are numbered, the doctors don't give me much time, and my greatest concern is not for myself, but for my children. How will they fare in the world without a mother? And therefore, Rabbi, here are the names of my children, and I'm asking you to pray for my children's well-being, physically and spiritually. And the Rebbe shows this man the letter that he received from the mother 3 decades ago. The man was in tears to read this letter. He never even knew about this letter. And then he asked the Rebbe at the end of the meeting, could I keep this letter? It would be very meaningful to me to have this keepsake, this beautiful letter from my mother. And the Rebbe said, I'm sorry, I can't give it to you. And the man said, but why? I would love to have this letter. And the Rebbe said, the reason I can't give it to you is because every year, before I go out of my office to go to the Yom Kippur Kol Nidre service, I put on my kittel, my white kittel, I put on my talis, I take my siddur for the Yom Kippur services. But before I leave, I take out your mother's letter, and I reread your mother's letter, and I pray for her children throughout the holiday of the prayers of Yom Kippur. That's the love of a mother. thinks about her children more than she thinks about herself. Let us pay tribute and honor our mothers and thank our Father in heaven for our mothers on earth. Have a beautiful Mother's Day.